Hey, everybody, this is an unscheduled live stream with Chillie's Cruises is bringing you a hot air Tom and Cindy live from the Norwegian Gem, getting ready to sail from Manhattan. Hot air Tom, can you hear me?
Yes, Chillie, we're here.
Awesome.
And we're just starting to go back away from the pier, but while we're doing that, I'm going to pan around and show you our suite. We're in a aft penthouse suite,
Hi,
the
Cindy.
starboard corner on deck 8.
Nice.
You can see an empty tray of the strawberries that we've eaten.
Uh-huh.
I got my office set up over here.
Yeah.
So I'm ready. I can sit there and look out the doors for the sunrises.
Very good.
And we got curtains that Miss Cindy can be curtained off if I'm up early and getting the better internet connection. Just
Okay.
show the bathroom here. So Cindy was worried about stepping into this high tub. So the steward was nice and brought this little 2-step stool for her. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah.
We got lots. Oh, yeah, they can see me through the mirror. This is a neat closet. Oh, it's too dark. But the closet is in between this hallway and the one going to the front door, and there's doors on either side to access the closet. Lots of closet space. And then you can see the cabinet space here. There's shelves in the two top. There's 4 doors that open like that, and we got 2 safes, one on each side. And then a bunch of drawers down there. The storage in here is really nice.
Very nice.
But without further ado, let's see what's happening outside here now.
Well, I see some movement in the water. All right, folks, that's the Gem backing out in the, which river is that?
Hudson.
In the Hudson, that's right. And you are about, what, 10 minutes away from Statue of Liberty once she gets going?
I'm not sure. I think it might be closer to half an hour.
Okay.
But it's been so long since I've done this, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's probably been 15, maybe 20 years since I did it last out of New York. I haven't sailed out of there for long. Last time I sailed out of New York, we went up to Canada and New England and Canada.
So if we look this way, we can see the George Washington Bridge up in the distance here. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. You can barely see the pillars there from the supports.
Okay. And what's your itinerary like on this cruise? It's a little different, isn't it?
Well, they gave us a surprise when we checked in today, that we were supposed to go to Charleston after a sea day tomorrow, and guess what? Charleston is now canceled.
I wonder why.
Guess that'll be something you can do. You can do some sleuthing in what's going on in Charleston. Do they have a COVID problem, or what might be going on there that they don't want to welcome us?
Yeah.
So we'll be continuing on down the coast, and go ahead.
Going to Port Canaveral next, then.
Yeah, so we're supposed to get to Port Canaveral on Tuesday around 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So and then we're going to spend the night there then. So we'll have the full day then on Wednesday and depart there at 7 o'clock. And then the private island of Great Stirrup Cay on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. I did not do my normal checking of news sources because it's a Sunday, and quite frankly, I take a day off every now and then. Of course, I had the Cruise Amigos today, so I didn't check on any news sources, but there wasn't anything that I got notified that was going on in Charleston, but I will certainly find out by tomorrow morning.
I just zoomed in here? I zoomed in on my phone. Is it zoomed in on your view, or does it stay where it was?
I think it stayed where it was.
Okay, so right now we are starting to turn on the Hudson, and
oh yeah, I can tell that.
You can see the port area.
Yeah.
So it worked pretty smoothly today. We got dropped off. I wanted to walk, but Cindy didn't.
Okay.
So we ended up calling a Lyft. Picked us up at our hotel on 44th at 8th Avenue. And he went north on 8th Avenue to 55th Street and across 55th. And when you get to 12th Avenue, the entrance to the port was right at that light. And you go up the ramp, and the entryway for the cars is like a second level.
Okay.
And went down to Pier 88, where the porters took our luggage. And then they directed us to walk back to the previous port, which is 90, and that's where they did the COVID testing. And they checked for our passport and vaccine records and left us in and gave us basically a stripe number that was, I think, 6 digits that they ended up having little stickers. So when we got called for our test, they put the sticker on the test stuff. And then that number showed up on the monitors in the waiting area to let you know it was time to go to the checkout desk. And they also sent you a text message and an email. So one way or the other, you get to see it. So once you got the message that your test was negative and you go to the checkout, they checked your text message to verify it was negative, and then they gave you a little pink wristband. And once you had that, you could exit that terminal and walk back to 88.
Okay.
But you can see 88 is the one to the right there. We're just passing the tan buildings in the background there.
Right.
And just coming up, we'll see the USS Intrepid aircraft carrier, and it has a Concorde on the back end. So once we got over to the main terminal, we were in a suite, which the suite in Haven, they had a little separate access, and you'll go in there. They gave us a number, and there was check-in people with basically a tablet that came and did your check-in while you were sitting down there, and asked you a few of the usual COVID questions, make sure you weren't having any recent contacts or symptoms. And they checked the picture that you had posted while doing your check-in online. Mine was okay, but Cindy's they had to redo, took another picture with their tablet. And then we were good to go. And the Haven concierge had our envelopes with the keys for the room, and he handed us that, and then a butler escorted us onto the ship. We were early. We got to the port about 9:30, and our appointment was at 10, and they took us without problem. It wasn't too very crowded at that point. And we were on the ship about 10:45 because I was in our room when my 10:50 alarm went off for Chillie time. It's set to go off every day, even Sundays. So.
Okay.
So did you want to take a break here till we get down to the statue, or do you want to just keep talking here?
Well, you're doing fine, Tom, so far. If you run out of things to say, we can take a break if you need to. But if not,
how's the sound coming through from the engines here?
The signal's good and the sound's good.
Well, we're not on ship Wi-Fi here. We're on cell phone, regular 5G. So
okay.
And I got So I only showed one bar, but one bar of 5G, I guess, does the trick.
Well, yeah, that's doing a better job than we had from John today on board the Norwegian Epic.
So now we just need somebody to come into our cabin to get some heat going. The place is very cool, and we have two thermostats, and they're both with the line all the way up to the top, and there's no heat coming out, and Cindy's freezing.
Oh dear.
Although I'm standing out here on the deck with shorts and a short sleeve shirt, and I'm okay.
I would be with Cindy. I'd be freezing. Well, I booked 5 cruises by mistake today.
You booked cruises by mistake?
Oh yeah, 5 of them.
5. I was at the cruise next desk for the last. I went down there, I guess, about a little before 3, and was down there maybe an hour. And we booked 4 cruises in 2024.
Okay.
So we have a Jade cruise on leaving Tampa and doing a bunch of the Caribbeans, including the ABC Islands.
Nice.
In January. No, that was February. February 25th. So that'll be a birthday cruise for Cindy. And then we booked an Escape transatlantic from New York to Civitavecchia. That word that you love to say.
Civitavecchia.
That has a nice bunch of ports.
Yeah.
So I'm working the system here. I got enough points on my Bank of America NCL card that for 30,000 points, you can upgrade an ocean view to a balcony. Okay. So, and when you book on the ship with latitudes, you can basically, they book what you want, but you get a discount back, I think, 2 in category levels.
Okay.
So he said it'll save me about $300 roughly. So he booked ocean views on all the cruises. And when I get back, then I'll call the number for the points to upgrade them to balconies. And nice. Then the number 3 and 4 cruise was the Sky is going to be cruising out of Baltimore in September of 2024.
No kidding. I hadn't heard that.
Sort of interesting that apparently it's just a one-time thing, because he made mention that it was cruising empty, I think maybe from Miami to Baltimore for a couple of days before this cruise, but it goes to Quebec and the usual ports, up the New England.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, in Quebec we might as well do the back-to-back and come back, except it doesn't come back to Baltimore; it comes back to New York. And I figured that'll be a good excuse for us to try the Excella train. I've always wanted to see what the Excella was all about, so I'll do a round-trip ticket from Richmond to Baltimore on the regular Amtrak, and then Excella from New York to Baltimore.
Yeah.
For something a little different.
Yeah. That would be interesting. Well, I had not heard that this guy was going to Baltimore, so I have to look into that.
It's just that one cruise. I'll have to update my spreadsheet and send you the update with the information.
Okay. Well, you book a lot further ahead than I am. I'm still working on the first 6 months of 2022.
Yeah, my 2022 and 2023 is pretty busy, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, I'm catching up with you. Yeah, I've got. I'm gonna be pretty busy once I get started in the end of January, and I'm gonna be nonstop. So.
I will see if we can put anyone to sleep here with the mesmerizing view of the aft.
Yeah.
Our butler is here. You want to go on YouTube here?
Ah, there we go.
This is Joe Marr. Joe Marr, our friendly butler.
Hello.
Hi.
Why not coming here, sir? You should have to come here.
Now, maybe if they can find some heat for the cabin here, it'll be good, because it's not putting any heat out. You know, she forgot one thing. Hot chocolate. If you could bring some hot chocolate packs.
Thank you.
That's great. And, oh, I have some gifts for the butler. And I don't know, have you watched any of the crewmen's YouTubes from the Odyssey of the Seas? What's his name? Chris Wang or Wong?
Yeah.
Or he's talked about what gifts as a crew person he likes to give or get. So I got a couple things for the steward, and the butler. So here's one of the gifts for the butler. We got that's my they're Bombas socks, and I like them because they feel like they're hugging your feet.
Exactly.
So when you put them on, let me know what you think.
Absolutely.
And then we.
I think Hot Air Tom might have hit a dead spot.
Yeah, one. I don't know what that was.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're back.
Yes, I need lots
So,
of papers. Yes, please.
Cheers.
you so much, sir.
It's good to see you. Okay.
Okay.
Cruising
How was that,
Pete's
Chillie?
with us from London. He says, hello, Tom.
What'd you say?
Cruising Pete is with us from London.
Hello, Pete. What do
That's
we got here?
Good to have Pete. Yeah, Pete, in case you don't know, I just decided to put this on live and see if anybody would see it.
So the butler was bringing. Can you say that name? Ooh.
Constantinos 5 something. Yeah, no. That's dead.
So he was bringing this tray of these little goodies.
Some hors d'oeuvres.
And then we got, here's what I like. We got some fresh fruit.
Got some fresh fruit. That's nice.
Yes. So you can see I got my little power adapter here. And this is funny. It's plugged into a 110 and it has the can you see that it has the EU.
Yeah,
But there's no EU plugs. And where it says 200, right here it says 240 volts. That's a light switch.
Wow. Well, at least you had the adapter plug for it.
And Alex just called and said that he's sending up
So we got. I ordered flowers, but I guess these came with the suite.
Okay.
And it's too bad you can't smell through here, but these are the ones that I ordered online for Miss Cindy. And boy, do they smell. I can just standing right here. I can smell them. I'm an arm's length away. That pretty?
Those lilies. Stargazer lilies.
But this is the neat thing with a suite on Norwegian. We get the cute little coffee maker, and Cindy liked having some coffee with her cream.
Yeah.
So I was like,
we're going to bring it to you there. That'll last you a day or two.
So let's see where we're at here. There we go.
Carol's with us, and she says, lovely sweet. Pete says, slightly bigger than my usual solo studio. Yes, it is slightly bigger, Pete.
Oh, there's the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
I don't know. This picture looks so small, and I don't know how to zoom in for you guys because it zooms in for me to see, but looks like we're in a race and we're losing.
Yeah, that guy's going to pass you.
So I found something interesting when I was at the cruise next office.
Okay.
We were talking about ships, and I mentioned how I check every morning the cruise mapper to see where my fleet of Norwegian ships is.
Yeah.
And we were talking about different things, and he asked me if I heard what happened to the Encore. And I said, well, I knew it missed its Panama Canal crossing, but I didn't know exactly what. And he said they were doing, it sounded like some kind of test, and he thinks they might have overloaded some circuits, and it had basically a blackout.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why they didn't make it to Panama in time for their appointment and had to wait for a new appointment.
Wow.
So everybody was thinking it was Panama Canal congestion and things.
It was an Encore
Doesn't
screw
sound
up.
like, it sounds like there was a little bit more to it.
Yeah.
I know every time I've gone through the canal, there's always been a lot of ships there because they cannot start if their fee hasn't been paid.
Right.
And a lot of ships go there and wait for the company to make the payment. And some of them end up having to sit there a while the money gets coughed up and transferred.
Yeah, and it ain't cheap either.
No, it ain't.
Nikki says, bon voyage, Tom and Cindy.
Well, this looks, if you can see that tan structure coming out in the water,
Yeah.
that would be the next tunnel. So I'm guessing that's probably the Holland Tunnel.
Yep. So you're getting down pretty close to the statue now.
Yeah, so I just wish, unlike the Star and the Dawn, the Star is the best because when you're in this particular corner cabin on the Star,
Yeah.
see, we got a solid bulkhead here. And that's, hope I don't drop the phone. Oops.
Yeah, don't be dropping the phone now, Tom.
Yeah, I'm just reaching out. Yeah, there's a solid ship that goes around there for a little ways. But on the Star, this balcony wraps around the whole corner. So when you're in here, you get a nice, both starboard side, it gets narrow, so you can only stand. There's not room for a chair. But
Okay.
I didn't show you the nice chairs here. So this isn't a real deep balcony, but we got a nice padded,
A
I
lounger.
guess that'd be like wicker, long lounge chair.
Yeah.
And if we turn around, so we got a nice chair that Cindy will enjoy next to it for some refreshments. Speaking of refreshments, the suite passengers get lunch in Cagney's,
Yeah.
and I put my beverage package to use and had a martini with 3 olives, followed up by a Long Island iced tea.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
Long Island iced tea didn't really taste like iced tea like I've had some in the past, but it was very refreshing. So
Isn't that supposed to have like
you
5
can hear the
shots of
helicopter. We got
booze
the
in it?
helicopter. I didn't hear you. The helicopter noise is a little loud.
A Long Island iced tea, and it's got like 5 shots of booze in it. You're
Yeah,
probably
I don't know
drunk
what's
as
in
a-
it, but it's good. It must
You're
not have been
probably
too
drunk
strong
as a-
because I'm still walking. And I know my first experience with it was in a Embassy Suites during a bowling tournament in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And we went down for the free happy hour that they're famous for.
Yeah.
And at that point, you know, we're talking about something in the 70s, when I wouldn't have been 21 then. I'd say 80s. And I was only familiar with drinks Cindy had introduced me to, which are mostly strawberry daiquiris. They didn't do frozen drinks, so I didn't know what to order. So he said, "You like iced tea?" Yeah. So, and these were served in the little 5S plastic cups, so not big.
Yeah. Yep.
2 of those things had me so looped. We were going to go out to dinner at an Italian restaurant that night. None of us made it. We went back up to the room and just crashed.
Yeah. That's Long Island iced teas will do that to you.
But here we got
Okay.
some nice sky scenery for that's the New Jersey side there.
Nikki says gin or vodka martini.
It was vodka.
Oh, vodka. Okay, vodka.
I hope it
martini,
was
Nick.
shaken.
Cruising Pete says,
I
where
hope
you
it was
cruising
shaken.
to? All right, Pete. Tom's itinerary. He was supposed to go into Charleston, and that got canceled. So now they're going to Port Canaveral for an extra time, and then Great Stirrup Key in the Bahamas. Of course, that's Norwegian's private island, and then back to New York City.
There's the Freedom Tower.
Yep, there it is.
We're now in Lower Manhattan there, that the replacement tower for the World Trade Center.
Yeah. I haven't been in the Freedom Tower yet.
We have not either. When we come back, we stay 2 nights in a Crown Plaza on 36th Street. So, although the news has hit here that there's been some bad things happening on the subway, so I don't think I'll be able to get Cindy on a subway. She said no.
Yeah. I don't blame her, Tom.
Not even to go up to the nice new building? Nope. Gee.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick answer, Tom.
Yeah, you heard that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No indecision on that one.
No wavering whatsoever.
So, wonder if we'll see. Let's see who's leaving Bayonne. Is the Anthem of the Seas was. Wonder if we'll see her if she's left already.
Let's see. I can tell you in 2 seconds if she's left.
We should be getting very close to the. We got an engineer in the room now, checking on the heat.
That's good. Maybe it'll warm up before the night. 1700. So 5 o'clock Anthem sails.
Okay, so we should be good. So we ought to be able to see it very shortly here. I know. Can you see the sort of white clock with red hands there?
Yes.
At the base of that taller building.
Yes.
Other than a nice clock, I don't have any information on what it is. I did the Circle Line tour in 2019, and they would have explained that, but I don't remember.
Yeah, well, I can understand that, Tom. Hell, I have trouble remembering something that happened last night, much less 3 years ago.
Did you see our pictures on the TWB website, Facebook
Yes,
for dinner?
Yes, from the dinner you guys had. That was nice.
Emily was invited, but Emily was a no-show, and today she says she forgot all about us. And I thought, oh my.
Yeah, well, that sounds like Emily. Pete says, I was on Anthem last month. Wonderful ship. Yeah, that was one of your ships over there. She's over here now, toiling away from Bayonne, New Jersey. I tell you what, Tom, I've been booking MSCs. I've booked all 3 of the MSC ships because they're giving all the solos get, everything at solo, one price, no add-ons at all.
That's a deal you can't pass up. So maybe the food will be bad and it'll be a good weight loss program for you.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I booked a Meraviglia today, a balcony cabin solo. There was a 4-nighter and then back to back with a 3-nighter for less than $400 total.
Wow!
For seven nights, balcony. I can't go wrong on that.
No. Even if you have to take your own food, if you didn't like it, you could pack it and
Yeah, hell yeah. Take a damn
still make
bologna
out.
sandwich or something, you know? I'm not that worried about, because I can find something on any boat that's food's going to be fine for me. Guaranteed.
Comes another one that's going to race us, and this guy's motor right along.
Yeah, he is. All right, now we should be, if just by looking at the skyline, we should be right on top of the statue, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're in the harbor, getting wider. You know, if I go back over here, you can see the end of the tip of Manhattan.
Yeah.
And the East River, I can see the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
And you can see sort of a boat with lights. That's the Staten Island Ferry there. So I better come back over here to get ready.
Carol says you can't complain about the food for that discounted price. I'm not going to complain.
Yes, I think that's a.
Pete says the food on the Virtuoso was excellent.
My friend Lance was a former TWB guy that I guess when COVID hit, he sort of got uninterested in cruising. And he didn't come down. He was invited to dinner last night, and he didn't make it either. His car. He lives in the Bronx, a good ways up past the George Washington Bridge. Yeah. He's only a couple exits from Emily off 95 going up there. But he asked me this morning if I heard about the new ship, the MSC Seahorse.
Yeah.
I don't. It wasn't Seahorse, but I thought that sounded like a good name for one of their ships. I think he was talking about the Seaview.
Wouldn't be.
Or the Seashore.
Wouldn't be
maybe
surprised
it was the Seashore.
I kind of like the Seahorse. That would be a pretty good name, I think.
That might be a name for one of their upcoming ships in that class.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, folks, if you're just popping into this,
there she
live.
Is. There she is.
Okay, we're coming up on the Statue of Liberty. We're live with Hot Air Tom on the Norwegian Gem Sail Away, coming up to the Statue of Liberty.
She's looking mighty fine. Wish I knew how to zoom it in for you, but
what if I take myself out?
I didn't remember what direction Bayonne was for the port for the Anthem, if it was before or after the statue. So I guess it's after, since we haven't seen the ship yet. So the Staten Island Ferry is going to race us now. Have you seen Spider-Man try to keep the ferry together after it was being damaged by one of the bad guys?
got it fixed.
What happened?
We may have lost Hot Air Tom. Oh,
I'm still here.
Oh, you're still there. Okay.
What was going on?
No, I was trying to figure out what that was coming up beside you there.
That's the Staten Island Ferry. There, we saw it in the distance when I panned over there, and it came across and crossed our wake, and now it's racing us.
Yeah. All right. Well, Tom, we're gonna call this the end of the day and let you guys get on with your cruise.
I'm just wondering, do you want to wait a few minutes and see if we can see the Anthem? We ought to be getting close to it.
Yeah, you should be. Let's see. Man, you should be right on it.
With this, with the way the corner is here, I can't see around the corner too good, so we might be.
Let's see. Does that show on the map? No, just the one. It doesn't show. On that map. Yeah, and the ferry's going to go right past you. Now that's right where I thought Bayonne Port would be, Tom.
It might be. I'll keep my eyes there, but for the rest of you, I'll give you a nice wake view here for a minute while we. Got another, but sure are a lot of helicopters running around here.
Yeah, you're starting to break up too, Tom. The signal's getting iffy, and your audio is starting to crack too.
It is.
All right, Tom, can you still hear me?
So when we're looking, yes, the direction we're looking at is Brooklyn now for anyone interested.
Okay. Hey, there's J&S Adventures. Welcome aboard. Glad to see you.
Hello, J&S.
We're doing just a little live stream on the fly of Hot Air Tom on the Norwegian Gem, as it has just sailed, and we've just gone past the Statue of Liberty. And unfortunately, Tom's signal is starting to give out on us.
Well, actually, I got 2 bars now. We started out with 1 bar, so I don't.
Well, now it cleared up a little bit because it was getting really wavy there for a couple minutes, and your audio was cracking. But you're back to where I can hear you now.
We just don't want to sound like John did the other day when it was like he was playing some kind of a musical instrument.
It's kind of getting that way. It's getting a little dingy. But then Cindy's been saying that you were a little dingy for how many years now?
Yeah. So Emily didn't show up here. We'll have to send her a note that she was tardy.
Yep, she missed the live. Well, of course, she didn't know we were going to go live. Although she was chatting back and forth with Katie. You know, Katie's on Oasis of the Seas today, and that sailed also. So I've got a bunch of pictures tomorrow for Katie, and I got a bunch of your pictures that I'm going to show tomorrow. I'm going to have a bunch of pictures on tomorrow from where everybody is. I might even have time to do a little news tomorrow if there's any news stories, but thankfully Mondays there's not much news, so I'll be able to talk more about you guys than anything.
The best news will be what's going on in Charleston that we can't go there.
I got notes to check on that, and I'll also to check and see if there's anything that's been officially said about the Encore's blackout. So I got two things to check on when I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, there she is. I see her.
Yep.
There'll be a minute till the camera can pick her up, but just sort of a purpley glow above.
Yeah, that's the Anthem of the Seas getting ready to sail from Bayonne. She sails in about 15 minutes. So Hot Air Tom's going to be out ahead of her.
I don't know what it looks like on your monitor, but
You really can't make it out. It's
too small.
distant.
Yeah. I have to figure out. I wonder if I would have zoomed in the camera before I entered the studio. If that.
I have no idea. We'll try it next time.
Okay. Well.
Okay. All right, Tom. Well, thank you for giving us about 45 minutes of your day, and thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. And at least we got to see the Statue of Liberty. That was pretty cool. We got to see the sail away of the Gem. That's something we didn't get to do with John with the Epic yesterday. So,
Good night, everybody.
All right, Tom. We'll see you probably tomorrow. You guys have a great cruise.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Goodbye.
All right, guys. That was Hot Air Tom live from the Norwegian Gem. And glad you guys could be with us. And for everybody else, this is Chillie's Cruises. Do I have a little outro I can do on this? I'll just do my regular outro, and then I'll see everybody later. I'll be back tomorrow morning for Travel and Cruise Industry News at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come join us. We'll see you then. This is the old fat travel guy. You guys have a terrific Sunday evening. I'll see everybody tomorrow at 11 a.m.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.